Ever seen a flight for less than a pizza? Those $20 fares seem impossible, but airlines like Ryanair and Spirit have built entire business models around them. They strip flying down to the basics, a seat from A to B, then charge extra for everything else. In this video, we'll reveal how these airlines profit and how you can fly smarter by understanding their strategies. Throughout this journey, we will explore the fundamental pillars that allow budget airlines to operate so cheaply. We will start by looking at their unique business models, which are fundamentally different from the legacy carriers you might be more familiar with. We'll break down the no-frills philosophy, showing you exactly what gets cut from your ticket price. Think of it like ordering from an a la carte menu instead of buying a full-course meal. You only pay for what you want, whether that's a checked bag, a pre-selected seat, or even a bottle of water on board. This unbundling is the first and most visible secret to their success. Next, we will reveal the secrets behind the ultra-low fares themselves. It's not just about cutting costs, it's also about maximizing revenue from every single flight. We'll investigate how they pack more seats onto each plane and why they almost exclusively fly a single type of aircraft. These aren't just minor tweaks, they are game-changing decisions that save airlines millions in training, maintenance, and operational complexity. We will also look at their choice of airports, often flying into smaller secondary airports that charge lower fees and allow for quicker turnaround times, keeping their planes in the air and earning money rather than sitting on the ground. Of course, a cheap ticket can quickly become expensive if you're not careful. We will expose the hidden costs that many passengers fall victim to. These are the ancillary fees for everything from printing your boarding pass at the airport to paying with a certain type of credit card. Understanding these potential fees is crucial for making sure your $20 flight actually costs you $20. We will arm you with the knowledge to identify and avoid these extra charges, so you can confidently book the cheapest fares without any unpleasant surprises later on. The goal is to make the airline system work for you, not against you. Finally, and most importantly, we will show you how to use all this insider information to book cheaper tickets yourself in 2025 and beyond. We'll provide practical, actionable tips that you can apply immediately. This includes learning how to spot the best deals, knowing when to book, and understanding which add-ons are worth paying for, and which are simply a waste of money. By understanding the airline's playbook, you can anticipate their moves and make smarter decisions. You'll learn that getting a great deal on a flight isn't about luck, it's about knowing the rules of the game. Let's get started. The secret behind a $20 flight? Low-cost airlines unbundle your ticket, just a seat from A to B. Everything else, from bags to snacks, costs extra. This a la carte model makes flights look cheap online, drawing in millions focused on price and reshaping the industry. On budget airlines, say goodbye to free meals and drinks. Instead, snacks and drinks are sold at a markup, turning a former cost into profit. Even seatback screens are gone. Entertainment is now pay-as-you-go, saving airlines money and keeping fares low. The most frustrating part of budget flying? Baggage fees. That cheap ticket only covers a tiny personal item under your seat. Anything bigger costs extra. Baggage fees can add up fast, sometimes over $100 if you wait until the airport. To save money, pack light and pay for bags online, otherwise your cheap flight won't be so cheap. On low-cost airlines, even your seat comes at a price. Basic tickets mean you're likely stuck in a middle seat, unless you pay extra. Want to sit with family, or get a window? That's another fee. The advertised fare is just the start. The real cost depends on your choices. Low-cost airlines maximize passengers by squeezing in as many seats as possible. High-density seating means less legroom, but more people per flight. Slimline seats are lighter and thinner, saving weight and fuel. The trade-off? Less comfort but much cheaper tickets, an exchange many travelers are happy to make. Low-cost carriers often have fleets of identical planes. Ryanair flies only Boeing 737s, while EasyJet and Frontier use only Airbus A320s. This strategy, called fleet commonality, is key to their low-cost model. It simplifies operations, training, and maintenance. Savings are invisible to passengers but crucial for airlines. A single model means fewer spare parts and lower costs. This maximizes flying time and profitability. Bulk orders bring discounts, reducing capital expenditure. The single fleet strategy is a powerful cost-cutting tool. The benefits of a single aircraft type go even further than just training and maintenance. Standardization creates a domino effect of efficiency that touches nearly every part of the airline. Consider the ground crew, the team responsible for loading baggage, refueling the plane, and guiding it to and from the gate. When every aircraft is identical, their jobs become faster and more predictable. They don't need to adjust their procedures or equipment for different plane sizes or door configurations. Every turnaround follows the same, well-rehearsed script, which helps the airline achieve the lightning-fast turnaround times that are essential to its business model. This consistency also simplifies the work of the flight planners and schedulers. They don't have to worry about matching a specific aircraft type to a specific route based on passenger demand or runway length. Since every plane has the same seating capacity and performance characteristics, any aircraft in the fleet can be substituted for another at a moment's notice. This provides incredible operational flexibility. If one plane is delayed due to a technical issue, the airline can quickly swap in a spare aircraft without having to reshuffle passengers or worry about capacity differences. This resilience helps minimize the impact of disruptions and keeps the network running smoothly. Even the cabin crew benefits from this standardization. Every galley, every emergency exit, and every overhead bin is in the same place on every single plane. This means the crew can work seamlessly across the entire fleet without needing to reorient themselves each time they board a new aircraft. This familiarity is not just about convenience, it's a critical component of safety. In an emergency, every second counts, and the crew's muscle memory from working in an identical environment day after day ensures they can perform their duties quickly and effectively. A standardized cabin layout allows for faster and more efficient service, as well as quicker pre-flight safety checks. Ultimately, the commitment to a single aircraft type is about removing variables. Every variable in a complex system like an airline introduces cost, risk, and potential for error. By standardizing their most important asset, the aircraft itself, low-cost carriers eliminate countless points of friction. This relentless focus on uniformity and simplicity allows them to build a highly efficient, predictable, and cost-effective operation. While passengers may only notice that the planes all look the same, the financial and operational benefits of this strategy are a fundamental reason why their tickets can be sold so cheaply. It's a masterclass in operational excellence hidden in plain sight. Combining high seat density with a single aircraft type drives down costs per seat. A single aircraft fleet reduces purchase and operational costs. This strategy separates successful budget airlines from the rest. It's the formula that makes a $20 ticket profitable. Low-cost carriers optimize planes for profitability, trading comfort for efficiency. Low-cost airlines often fly to smaller secondary airports instead of major hubs. These airports charge lower fees, helping airlines keep ticket prices down. The trade-off? You might have a longer journey into the city, but for many travelers, the savings are worth it. Low-cost airlines master fast turnarounds. Planes land, unload, get cleaned, refueled, and board new passengers in just 25-30 minutes. Every minute saved means more flights, more revenue, and lower fares. This relentless focus on speed is the secret behind their profitability. The synergy of using secondary airports and fast turnarounds creates a powerful cycle of efficiency. At smaller airports, airlines avoid delays and control their schedules, keeping planes moving. This relentless speed and simplicity drives down costs and lets you buy tickets at unbeatable prices. On most flights, no two passengers pay the same price. Airlines use dynamic pricing, constantly changing fares based on demand, timing, and data. Sophisticated algorithms analyze booking patterns, holidays, and even the economy to set prices. That's why ticket prices can change in hours. Timing is everything. Book early for the best deals. Airlines use fare buckets, different price categories for seats, to manage dynamic pricing. As cheap buckets sell out, prices rise, which is why you see "only 3 seats left at this price" messages. Booking early means you're more likely to snag the lowest fares, while waiting can push you into pricier buckets. So act fast to get the best deal. Airline pricing algorithms track your searches, sometimes raising prices or showing urgency messages if you seem interested. Use incognito mode to avoid this, and you might see lower fares. With a few smart moves, you can beat the algorithm and score that unbelievable deal. The rock-bottom ticket price is just the beginning. Low-cost airlines thrive on upselling extras, bags, seats, insurance, turning a simple booking into a multi-stage shopping experience. Each add-on feels small, but together, They're the airline's real profit. That's the genius behind the base fare. Airlines upsell comfort by charging for seat selection and priority boarding, solving problems their own policies create. Pay extra to avoid a middle seat or board early, ensuring overhead bin space. These add-ons are often bundled, making it seem like a better deal and boosting airline profits. The upselling doesn't stop once you've booked your ticket. The moment you step onto the aircraft, you enter the airline's final and most captive marketplace. As we learned, complimentary food and drinks are a thing of the past on budget carriers. Instead, the cabin crew becomes a team of in-flight salespeople, armed with a glossy menu and a credit card machine. The in-flight menu is carefully designed with colorful pictures of snacks, meals, and alcoholic beverages, all available for purchase at a premium price. A simple cup of coffee might cost $4, a beer $8, and a sad-looking panini $12. The airline knows you have no other options at 35,000 feet. Beyond just food and drink, many low-cost airlines have expanded their in-flight retail offerings. Cabin crew will often walk through the aisle selling a range of products, including duty-free items like perfume and liquor, as well as more unusual merchandise. Scratch-off lottery tickets are a surprisingly popular and profitable item on some European budget carriers. You might also find them selling bus or train tickets for transport from the secondary airport into the city center. This is both a convenience for the passenger and a final opportunity for the airline to earn commission-based revenue before you even land. This transformation of the cabin into a retail space is a crucial part of the ancillary revenue strategy. The airline has a captive audience for the duration of the flight, and they use that time to maximize sales. The cabin crew are often incentivized with commissions, encouraging them to be proactive in their sales efforts. The announcements over the PA system are not just about safety, they are advertisements for the deal of the day on a meal combo or the last chance to buy a lottery ticket. It's a complete shift from the traditional service-oriented role of flight attendants to a more sales-focused one. From the first click on their website to the final moments before landing, the low-cost airline model is designed to continuously present you with opportunities to spend more money. The initial cheap ticket is just the price of admission. The real business is in the strategic upselling of bags, seats, priority access, insurance, hotels, and onboard snacks. A $15 base fare can easily balloon to over $100 once all the optional extras are added. This is the ultimate secret to their success. They don't sell flights, they sell a basic transportation service and then charge for every conceivable convenience along the way. Low-cost airlines are experts at sneaky fees beyond just bags and seats. Forget to print your boarding pass? That could cost more than your flight. Even paying with the wrong card or making a small change can trigger big charges. Always read the fine print. These airlines profit from every overlooked detail. Hidden costs don't stop at booking. They follow you to the airport and beyond. Low-cost carriers are strict about bag sizes. If yours doesn't fit, you'll pay a hefty fee at the gate. Transportation from remote airports can add significant time and money, sometimes more than you saved on the flight. If your budget flight is canceled, you may be stranded, paying for hotels and meals out of pocket. To avoid these traps, measure your bags, research airport transfers, and pay for extras online in advance. Print your boarding pass at home to dodge extra fees. True savings come from planning ahead and sidestepping these hidden penalties. That cheap ticket often means cramped seats, minimal legroom, and no frills. Low-cost carriers rarely offer connections. Miss your next flight and you're on your own. Delays and cancellations are more disruptive, with limited backup options and little help from the airline. If comfort matters, pay for extra legroom or choose a legacy carrier. Avoid tight connections and always have a backup plan. Consider travel insurance for added protection. Remember, the lowest fare comes with higher risks and fewer comforts. Secondary airports save airlines money but can cost you time and cash. That Paris flight might land you over an hour away, with pricey transfers eating into your savings. Arriving late at night, you could face expensive taxis and limited amenities. Always research ground transport costs and travel times before booking. Sometimes a slightly pricier flight to a main airport is the better deal. Use tools like Google Maps to compare total travel costs. Smart planning helps you avoid the last-mile headache. Winning the airfare game is about strategy, not luck. Use flight comparison sites like Google Flights and Skyscanner to spot the best deals. Search with flexible dates to find the cheapest days to fly. Once you find a fare, book directly with the airline for easier problem solving. Set up price alerts to catch drops without constant searching. Let technology do the work. Automate your hunt for bargains. The right tools and tactics make all the difference. Flexibility is your ticket to the lowest fares. Shift your travel dates or airports even by a day or two to unlock big savings. Always factor in ground transport costs when considering alternative airports. Book early but not too early. 1 to 3 months out is usually best. Ignore the myth of last-minute deals. Prices usually spike close to departure. Use price alerts and act decisively when you spot a good fare. Flexibility, timing, and quick action are the keys to cheap travel. You've found the perfect cheap flight, but now comes the real challenge, saying no to all the add-ons. Pack light, skip the seat selection, and decline every upsell you don't need. That's how you keep your ticket truly cheap and win at low-cost travel. How can an airline sell a ticket for less than a pizza and still profit? It's ruthless efficiency. One aircraft type, fast turnarounds, more seats, and constant upsells. That $20 ticket isn't magic. It's a calculated, disruptive business model. Here's your playbook for cheaper travel in 2025. Be flexible with dates and airports, use flight comparison tools, and book early for the best deals. Travel light to avoid fees, decline unnecessary add-ons, and always double-check your details. With these strategies, you'll turn budget airlines into your personal travel hack. The low-cost airline revolution has fundamentally and permanently changed the way we think about travel. It has democratized the skies, making it possible for millions of people to explore new countries and visit loved ones in a way that was once reserved for the wealthy. This model is not going away. In fact, it is continuing to evolve. Legacy carriers are increasingly adopting elements of the low-cost playbook, unbundling their own fares and charging for things like bags and seats. This means the skills you've learned today will become even more valuable across all airlines in the future, making you a smarter consumer no matter who you fly with. As you plan your next trip, remember that the power is in your hands. You are no longer a passive customer subject to the whims of airline pricing. You are an informed traveler who understands the game. You know that a flight's price is not a simple reflection of distance, but a complex product of operational strategy, ancillary revenue goals, and dynamic algorithms. You know how to find the best deals, how to avoid the hidden fees, and how to sidestep the traps that catch so many unprepared passengers. This knowledge transforms the booking process from a frustrating gamble into a strategic pursuit where you can consistently win. So, what's your next move? Where will this knowledge take you? Perhaps it's that weekend city break you thought you couldn't afford, or a spontaneous trip to a beach you've only seen in pictures. The world is more accessible than ever before, and you now have the tools to explore it for a fraction of the cost. We want to hear your stories. What's the cheapest flight you've ever booked, and how did you do it? Share your own tips and travel victories in the comments below. Your experience could be the inspiration for someone else's next great adventure. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of low-cost aviation. We hope you feel empowered and excited for your future travels. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss our future content. And speaking of which, get ready for our next video, where we'll reveal the best months to find ultra-cheap flights in 2025. You'll learn the specific weeks and destinations that offer the absolute best value, so you can plan your vacations for the year ahead. Don't miss